This news update is brought to you by...
It's the most wonderful time to stay connected with Flow. Get great deals on prepaid and postpaid plans. Get double the talk, double the text, and double the data when you activate a prepaid or postpaid combo plan, sizes medium and up. All this plus $50,000 to be won from Flow this wonderful Christmas. Visit us in-store today.
'Cause it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's Wednesday, December the 28th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that the proposed multi-million-dollar Sugar Point cruise ship terminal for the Bridgetown Port has been put on hold. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Port Inc., David Jean-Marie, tells Barbados Today that while the board was still committed to the project, they are trying to work out certain issues before moving ahead with the venture. Construction of Phase 1 of the project was originally scheduled to start last year, with the facility due to become operational in time for the 2016-2017 cruise season. Key elements of the project include three 350-meter-long pile-supported piers providing berth for 6 large ships, cruise terminal building and associated infrastructure, multi-use landside development, and the separation of cruise and cargo operations. A police officer was rushed to hospital yesterday afternoon after sustaining injuries in a 3-vehicle smash-up along the Newton Christchurch section of the ABC Highway. The 51-year-old police sergeant William Morris of Greenpoint, St. Philip, was driving a police car which became involved in the accident with another car driven by 49-year-old Deborah Bartlett of Canevale, Christchurch, and a taxi driven by 45-year-old Antonia Cummins of Kendall Hill, Christchurch. A 40-year-old American visitor, Alan Kinkenberg, who was in the taxi at the time, was unhurt. However, the woman driver and the police officer were taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by ambulance, complaining of pain to their upper bodies, while the taxi driver sought private medical attention for pain to his neck. Meanwhile, police are continuing investigations into the death of a 48-year-old woman whose body was discovered yesterday at her home in Mount Breveter, St. Peter, at around 12:40 p.m. Police spokesman Acting Inspector Roland Cobbler says they are treating the death of Sophia McLean as unnatural. Neighbors told Barbados Today that relatives entered the 3-bedroom wall house through a window after not receiving a response when they visited the home of their loved one and called out to her. In sports now, another Premier League football club has fired its manager over the team's current performance. The latest is Swansea City, which have sacked Bob Bradley after only 85 days in charge of the Premier League club. Monday's 4-1 home defeat by West Ham was Swansea's 7th in 11 games since Bradley took over on October the 3rd and leaves them on 12 points above bottom club Hull on goal difference.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25, $2.20. Who? For what? That's Bear Stale News. I don't read about that on Barbados Today since last night. That y'all only care do. $2.20. Who?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
But Maisie, this Christmas will be the best Belgian Christmas for we. Maisie, it is all because Republic Bank just like Santa Claus. Maisie, fix up the kitchen and a new TV we getting. A special time to commemorate. Republic will help you celebrate.
Get ready to celebrate 50 years of independence right through to the best Bajan Christmas ever with a Make It Happen loan of up to $50,000 from Republic Bank. Give your home a good old Bajan spruce up, buy some new furniture and appliances, or take an after-holiday trip to visit loved ones over and away. You could also be one of our lucky winners to share in fabulous prizes. Just visit any branch to apply. Go to republicbarbados.com or call us at 227-2700. We're also available via Skype and FaceTime. Special conditions apply.
In Bajan style, it will be great with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back with news from the region now. A prayer of hope ending in despair. A 4-year-old boy in Trinidad accidentally caught his Marabella home afire on Monday while saying a prayer with a candle. The boy is said to have been praying for his father, who is in prison. 28 persons, 12 of them children, are now homeless.
He was praying for his father to return home. Now a 4-year-old boy and 20 other persons are without a roof over their heads. Family members of the autistic infant tell us he and his 5 siblings were left in the care of his aunt sometime before 10 this morning when his mother went to the shop. Sometime later, his aunt told him to go inside to put clothes on. Shortly after, the fire broke out.
Well, I wasn't there, but I went up the road. When I got some phone calls, the house on fire. So when I come down, I see the results of what happened. So now we just are pleading for a little small help, not much.
3 families were affected by the blaze as the flames spread quickly to neighboring establishments. But their plight should not last very long. The Fire Services, Disaster Management Unit, and Mayor for San Fernando, Junior Regrello, responded quickly to the scene.
In more regional news, at least 19 Brazilian migrants are feared to drown off the Bahamas as they try to cross illegally to the United States. The group went missing during a purported crossing by sea from the Bahamas to the United States. The migrants' families have not heard from them since November the 6th. And on the international scene, Chicago's holiday weekend was marred by bouts of gunfire and a dozen killings, continuing a year-long surge in violence in the 3rd largest U.S. city that has pushed the number of murders to a nearly 2-decade high. Police blame gang conflicts for much of the violence.
We now know that the majority of these shootings and homicides were targeted attacks by gangs against potential rival gang members and groups who were at holiday gatherings. These were deliberate and planned shootings by one gang against another. They were targeted knowing fully well that individuals would be at the homes of family and friends celebrating the holiday. This was followed by several acts of retaliation. While this is the sickening reality, it shows yet again that our penalties for carrying and using guns here in Chicago are just not an effective deterrent against repeat gun offenders. 90% of those fatally wounded this weekend had gang affiliation, criminal histories, and were pre-identified by the department's strategic subject algorithm as being potential offenders or victims of gun violence.
That's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.